Show here. Wait till a couple of you guys get on here and chew the fat a little bit. We're hoping to get a car here pretty soon. That'll be pretty nice. It's really sucked, I've been here for over a year without a car, and man, it's just not cool. So hopefully we'll have one here pretty soon. Well, yeah, I had to go into the doctor today. They looked me over. They want to do a kidney biopsy. They're not sure whether they want to do the stem cell or not. They want to, because the kidney function is not good, and they're afraid of some proteins sticking to my heart. And I guess this stem cell is hard on the heart, so they're telling me they don't know yet. So they want to do this biopsy first and find out what's wrong with the kidneys and get them straightened out. And I said, okay, sounds okay to me. I'm feeling a lot better than I was. I'm able to walk around pretty good. Back's still pretty sore. My hands are getting better. So it's a lot better. Hey, who's on there? Howdy. But yeah, feeling a lot better than I was. So the chemo's working. It's definitely working. But I'm not looking forward to a biopsy, kidney biopsy. So, hey, buddy, how you doing, Ronald? Oh man, just you and me, buddy. Don't look like anybody else is there yet. I can't notify anybody that I'm coming on, which kind of sucks. But what are you gonna do? I hope that I can get this Sony Cam working again, so I can start doing walkabouts again and put it on this phone. I just have to learn how to do it. I couldn't get it. I did one the other day. I did a video and I couldn't get it to go onto the phone. It wouldn't take it. So I'll figure somebody's going to have to help me to learn how to do it. I know Sean from Sean's Excellent Adventure. He knows how to do it. He makes some pretty good stuff on his, but I don't know how to do it on mine. I think he does his on his phone though, and then it's already there, where mine, it's not on the phone. So say hi everybody who's ever popping in. I see I got 3 on there now. But I'm glad I'm starting to feel, much better than I was, and getting around, walking, and everything like that. Let's see. Yeah. Hey, Tia, how you doing? Yeah, I'm glad a couple of you guys are popping on here. Yeah, I'm wondering what's going to happen with this Harris woman and Trump. I don't think that woman has a chance if they even keep her. Who knows what they're going to do, but I don't think she has a chance. If people really get out and, if you listen to her talk, she kind of reminds me of Al Gore. She talks down to everybody, and she's just strange. I think we would be the laughing stock of the world if she became the president, and that's a shame. That's a real shame, but yeah, we're looking. I got a couple cars I'm going to go look at here in the next couple weeks. Some nice ones, get them before the price goes up. We had rain today. We had rainy, drizzly. It wasn't that good. Then we had sunshine for a while, Ronald, and I was just like, oh, we're not really getting a summer. I don't know what this is, but we didn't get a bad winter. I hope this is my last winter here, because I plan on Amsgrading. I can't stand the cold weather. It makes my hands hurt. But the hands are better. I can get this one moving pretty good. Even the doctor said when I shook his hand, he goes, "Oh, your hand's feeling better." I says, "Yeah, they're a lot better than they were. They were really bad." And I got stuff I want to do on the bike. Maybe I might get out there tomorrow and see if I can put the center stand on. Because at least now I can hold a screwdriver and stuff like that. Well, I'll tell you what, you guys get some weather down there. I had people telling me, oh, you don't want to go down there, they get tornadoes and blah, blah, blah. Well, you go to California, you got earthquakes. They got tornadoes here, too. It's just a bunch of stuff. We're going to go where we're going to go. I want to get where the weather's not cold. And Faye wants, she'd like to go back and forth to the Philippines. If we could swing that. I told her, yeah, that would be okay, but I don't want to live there anymore. She can go back and forth, and I'll just stick around here. But I think it's going to be a lot nicer down in Alabama. A little bit, no freezing cold winters. Because that'll just kill me. Last winter I had a heck of a time. Of course, the cancer was raging, and they seemed to got me fixed up pretty good. That last biopsy, they said that they couldn't even find it. They had to put a special dye on the thing to find less than 1%. So I said, okay, but they're worried about my kidneys. So they don't, like I say, they don't know if they're going to do the stem cell or not. They're going to wait until they see what the kidney biopsy says, and they said they got to get those fixed first. I said, okay, that's cool with me. So, but a lot of stuff to do, a lot of testing over there, and I hate all these biopsies and stuff. And that don't sound like any fun, but what am I going to do? I'm going with the program, so hopefully they get me fixed up. And I looked at there's a lot of nice cars out right now. Yeah, she wants to go back and do stuff with the land. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Wilson? Yeah, I'm sticking with the program. I'm not looking forward to a kidney biopsy, but the biopsy on my bone marrow, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was just it just scares you, is what it does. It scares the heck out of you. Because they're hammering on you, hammering this needle in there. But they're saying I'm doing really good. It's just I got some proteins in my blood that are making the kidney stop up a little bit. Yeah, it sucks when you lose somebody through this. I hope they get me fixed up, because I got these little ones here. And little Momo came up today and he said, what would I do without you? A little sweetheart. He's a beautiful kid. There he is. Come say hello. Come say hello. There's my baby boy.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, boy. You my little Geronimo?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna get a bath tonight?
Yeah. I have bangs.
Yeah, you got bangs. Your hair's getting long. Yep. You silly goose.
You get my fingerprint.
Oh, boy.
Fingerprint.
All right, well, don't stick it on the screen.
Bah!
All right, there you go, buddy. He's a happy kid. He builds his Lego stuff, and he rips it down, then he builds it again, and he's really something. He's very creative, this little guy. And he's got the biggest vocabulary of a little kid I ever seen. He likes to watch these Discovery things on the TV, and he's got lots of questions, and he knows what the words mean. He's pretty smart. Everybody's amazed at this little guy. So he's really something. But yeah, like I say, that's this kidney biopsy. I asked him, well, what does that entail? And they said, well, they're going to numb you up and stick a needle in there and suck a little bit out and test it. And I'm like, oh boy, this doesn't sound like fun, but it's probably not going to be as bad as I think it is. It's just all this stuff, guys. It's just scary. It really gets me. I had to get that biopsy in the front, and they said I didn't have any of those. I forget what the heck they call it. Whatever the heck it was. well, I'm glad I'm up walking around. You know, the other day I walked all the way up to the gas station and back with the kids. It was about a 3 mile walk, and it didn't hurt me too bad. You know, sometimes I get a little unsteady, but these pills, like these pills for the hands, I quit taking those because they're not working anyway. My hands hurt whether I take them or not, so I just said I'm not taking them, and those are the ones that make me dizzy. So I just quit taking them. I told them down at the hospital I'm going to stop. They said, "Yeah, go ahead. If they're not working, don't take them." So I'm weaned off of a lot of the pills. You know, I don't want to keep taking all this crap. And I ran out of one of the antibiotics, and I called them up and said, "Hey, I'm out of this." Doctor said, "That's okay. That's okay. You don't need to take that one anymore." So from 11 pills, I'm down to about 6 now, because they said you don't need to take those anymore. You're getting better. You don't need it. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, because they do. They make you dizzy. That one pill I take for my hands. The girl said if it's not working, take 2, and I took 2. I almost fell down in the hallway. It's just not good. So, and it's them doing it. So I said, heck with that. I'm not going to take that no more. And then get in the car. That's going to be great. Having some wheels. There's a few nice ones around. I looked at one the other day, and the guy got it from his aunt. She passed away and left it to him, and he don't want it. You know, he's a younger guy. He says, "I'm not driving that thing. That's an old grandma car. I don't want that. I want a Toyota." So he says, "I want to sell this and buy this Toyota." He said, "I don't even drive it." You know, I'm like, yeah, cool. It's in pretty good shape. Body on it's perfect. You know, there's no rust. She kept it in the garage and didn't drive it in the winter. You know, if it was snowing outside or cold weather, she didn't go anywhere. So I was like, that looks like a nice one. And there's another one too. Also is a Mercury Marquis. Another thing, the grandfather left it to the kid, and he's another one. He's a younger guy. He's about 30, and he said, we don't want it. We don't need another car. My wife's got a car. I got a car. And he said, but it's a good one. It's got all the receipts in there where he took it to the dealer and had all the services done. Now, I haven't seen that one yet. I have to go over there. But I said, I'd like to come look at it. And maybe I'll put something down on it. And he said, don't worry. He says, you're the first person who called on it. He says, nobody seems to want it. And then there's a lot of, fixer-upper cars. I mean, I can't believe how many in the Facebook Marketplace where, they needs this, it needs that. And, we were also thinking of a Ford Econoline van, but those dang things, they're there for one day and then they're gone. It seems like people snap them up real quick. And, it would be nice to have a van. We saw one the other day. It was $5,000 even. It had a tow hitch on it, 460 motor. And, it was in beautiful shape, no rust on it or nothing. And I said, boy, that would be a nice and perfect for us. And it was gone. The next day, it was marked sold on my little thing. It comes up in red that it was sold. And every time I see a van, hi, sweetie, come say hi. Mm-hmm. Come say hi, baby.
Hello.
That's my beautiful Dorothy. Okay. But they don't seem to sit. You'll see them for a day or two. Maybe the longest I've seen a Ford van was a week, and then they're gone. Even rusty ones. So people seem to really like those Ford vans, and I do. I know I had one. I had a Glavel conversion van. I bought it for $13,000 from the dealer. The guy said this thing's in great shape, and we had no trouble with it. I had it for years, and just a fantastic vehicle. It rode nice. It had a 302 motor in it, and I put a sway bar on it. And the only thing bad about it, it had the twin I-beam front suspension, and you couldn't keep front tires. And finally, I put neoprene bushings in there. I took the whole front end apart, and I got these neoprenes. I torqued it down. And then I put some of these, hi baby, I put some of those Geolandar Yakamoto or whatever tires on them, and then I had no trouble after that. It was really good. It's just the factory bushings were allowed the front end to move back and forth, and it was just eating the tires right off it. So
there's a pumpkin.
Yeah, if you get a Ford van, you want to stay away from the twin I-beam suspension. So and the ones that were up for sale didn't have it, so they just eat the tires off. I like the old Ford trucks. I had a old red Ford truck for a while that had the Kingpin on it, and that thing was really nice. You had to keep it greased up or it got hard to steer, but that was a good truck. That front end lasts forever. Just a big I-beam going across with Kingpins on the end, and everybody says, "Oh, those don't ride nice," and this and that and the other. And I like that truck. That was a good, it was old beater work truck, but that was a good truck for a while. Let me get up here and see what you got. Yeah, I'm being real careful. I've seen some. I saw some nice Cadillacs that are for sale and everything, but some of those get problems. Plus, I don't fit in them so good. The roof line on them's too low, and I need something comfortable. I can't be having something where I gotta be leaned way back and all this stuff. Most of the caddies they're like that, so I just said heck with that. But some beautiful cars. What we got here? Yeah. We saw there's just one popped up today, was a Dodge Dakota 4-door, and it looks in pretty good shape. It's not rusty or anything. The guy doesn't want too much for it, and he says it runs like a top. He just doesn't need it anymore. He bought it for he was going to haul stuff and move and everything, and now his wife doesn't want to drive it. He doesn't want to drive it, and he says the thing's A1. 6-cylinder motor, V6 motor in it. But I don't know too much about the Dodges. All I know, when I was young, I had Dodges, and they were nothing but trouble, transmission troubles, and just a bunch of trouble on them. So I'm not too sure about that. Yeah, I like the Lincolns. Don't get me wrong. The Mercury Marquis, Crown Victoria. There's a couple nice Crown Victorias for sale, but and I've seen some police cars. And I really don't want that. I don't want to get anything that's a rust bucket. Hopefully we can find a good one. But I found 2 of them right now. I want to go look at right away. As soon as I get the rest of the money, I want to go down there and look at them and probably just buy one. The Buick is really nice. It's a Buick LeSabre, 3800 motor, and those motors go forever. My buddy's wife had one. And he's not handy on the doing mechanical work, and she needed a water pump. Her water pump was bad. Oh man, it took me 10 minutes to change the water pump on this thing, and the oil is good. It's got the oil filter straight up and down, so you can fill it full of oil before you put it on. Everything on it was just easy to work at, and if you listen to these mechanical channels, they got a whole bunch of different guys, the Car Wizard and all this, and they all tell you that's a fantastic motor. The 3800 GM motor, they said if you can get one, get it. And the 4.6 Lincoln Ford motor, 4.6, as long as it's not the overhead cam, because they got a pushrod model too. And years ago, I rented, it's 2017, I rented a Mercury Marquis. And I'm telling you what, that was the nicest car I was in. I wanted to buy it. I mean, I just loved that damn thing. It's just a fantastic car. It had good power. So yeah, Ronald, I'm looking at some of them, but most of the big GMCs I'm seeing in Suburbans are stuff. The bodies are rotted on them. They're showing them that they run good and mechanically sound and everything's good, and then you look at the pictures and the fenders are just all eaten out with rust, and I don't want to be driving a rust bucket. Yeah, I had a 91 Chevrolet pickup with the 305, and that was a great one. Hey, Aussie, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I feel better, buddy. I feel a lot better. Hey, glad to hear from you. Hey, guys, there's Aussie. Give old Aussie a big howdy do. But we're gonna find something. Absolutely, we're gonna find a decent vehicle, and I do like the Buicks. I did see a really nice Roadmaster in there. It's got the LT1 motor in it and all that stuff. And then, I asked the guy. He only had like 3 pictures, and I got a hold of him. I said, "Can you send some more pictures?" And he said, "Sure, I'll get my wife to send you a bunch more pictures." And it was just rotted. The whole back end of it was rotted, big holes in it and stuff. And I don't want to drive around a clunker like that. You know, I can do stuff if there's problems with them. If it needs brakes or it needs a front end, I can do stuff like that. But if it starts getting into where the motor needs a lot of work or the tranny, I'm not going near it. But hopefully, I pray to the good Lord that we get a good vehicle that's not going to give us any trouble. I bought a Chevy truck one time. I looked it over and I thought, boy, this is a beautiful truck for $1,400. 77 Chevy with the 3 on the tree and a 6-cylinder motor, 250 motor. And I had the thing a week and the motor blew. It blew a big hole in the side of the motor. And the guy who sold it to me, he's like, "Oh man, I feel really bad." And he gave me a motor. He gave me a 292 motor because his buddy bought a truck when he did, and it was no good for towing, so he took it out and put a 350 in it, and the motor was like brand new, and he gave me a whole bunch of parts, brand new parts. So I pulled the motor out and I put that 292 in it, and then I had that truck for a long time. That was my farm truck. That was a really good truck. Heavy. It was a heavy half-ton, and that 292 motor, 6-cylinder, that thing had balls and a half. It really did. And then my buddy had a Suburban he was getting rid of, and I put that rear end on it with the leaf springs. And I had a truck camper in it, a slide-in truck camper, and I used to go up hunting in that thing all the time. It was propane. It had a refrigerator, a stove, and when I'd go out hunting, I would leave the heater on, and then I could come in. I could take a bath in there. You had to kind of sit on the toilet to take your shower, and that was a great truck camper. I just loved that. Just go by myself, and I had my own little camp, and that was really nice. I would love to have that again. I'd love to have a camper for these kids too, because camping's a lot of fun. Oh, well, that's cool, Aussie. Yeah, we're doing good. I'm so happy that I'm able to get around better. The back's not hurting as bad as it was. I got to go in for an MRI scan, and they want me to lay there for an hour and a half. They want to scan me from my toes all the way to my head to see if there's any cancer left. And I told them, I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to lay there because I got this funny bone in my back. And so what I'm going to do the night before, I'm going to stay up. I'll do a live all night. I'm going to stay up all night, and then they're going to give me a sedative. Because I told them, look, I'm going to give you one shot at it. If I can't do it, because last time I was in that MRI thing, I had to squeeze that little thing and say, get me the hell out of here. I couldn't take it no more. I just couldn't take it. It was hurting so bad. And they were like, man, we need to get this. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't lay in there anymore. I can't get any kind of padding underneath my back because my nose is already scraping on the thing. I guess I got a big long nose. My nose is already scraping on the top, so they said you can't have padding. So that bone was just right on the hard metal, plastic, whatever it is, on the bottoms of those things, and I couldn't take it. I had to get out of there, and they're saying, come on, it's only going to be another 20 minutes. I said, I can't take 20 minutes, lady. I'm really sorry. So, hey, Dennis, how you doing, buddy? Arch, how you doing? Oh, right.
Hello.
All right, there's my handsome Maddie. Look at Mr. Curly Top, huh?
I'm gonna rub you after your life.
Oh, thank you. He gives me, I'm telling you what, my little buddy gives me the best back rubs every night. He's such a good kid. And I don't ask him to. He just comes up and starts rubbing my shoulders and takes good care of me. He's a beautiful kid, huh, Maddie?
Yeah.
Your hair's getting long, isn't it?
Papa,
We are truly blessed when
Papa.
it comes to the kids. Yeah.
it was like there, but now it's
It's pretty long.
right here.
It's pretty long. Come say hi to everybody.
Oh.
Yep. Aussie's on there.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, the good Lord is, I got to tell you, some days I come back from the hospital and all these tests, and I'm kind of down, because this kidney function thing. And then when I walk in the front door and I get dogpiled by three beautiful kids and my little wife, it just all goes away. All that me thinking stupid thoughts just goes away. And it's really nice to be loved by some beautiful kids. And they're just fantastic. Well, Dennis, I'm telling you, I feel, I'm getting better. I did that 3 mile walk the other day, and I came home. I felt fine. I wasn't hurting at all. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's definitely. I got these little ones here, and we got the prospect of getting a car by the end of the month, and we're really looking forward to that because not being here, in the Philippines, you could live your whole life and never drive a car, and you can get anywhere. Transportation's cheap, if they don't screw with it with all these electric damn buggies, and you can get anywhere you want to go. But here, you don't have a car, you're screwed. I mean, it sucks. You got to rely on somebody else to take you. We just had our friend take us up to the grocery store, and we spent like $445 on groceries. And we don't buy crap, guys. We buy good food. And I did splurge and buy a couple steaks, and I did buy some Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries because I hate to tell you guys, that's my favorite cereal. Dorothy didn't like it, but that's the first time I bought one in a while. And I bought a whole bunch of bread, and we put it in the deep freezer, and we got a whole bunch of meat and chicken, and then we stick it in the deep freezer, and that way we got food for the whole month. All right, Aussie. It's good to see you around here for a little bit. Always good to hear from you. I'll be watching for you Sunday morning at 8. But yeah, I'm glad. I feel really good when the deep freezer's full. We bought like 10 loaves of bread, and the kids like bread. I don't like to eat a lot of bread or anything, but I got some ground meat, chicken, and shrimp, and all this stuff. They like that. And I think tomorrow I'm going to make some of that Alfredo that they like. Everybody likes my Alfredo, and we've got some really good wheat noodles. And I'll tell you what, when you make that Alfredo stuff with the wheat noodles and the shrimp, it don't last here, guys. I mean, there's never any leftovers of that. These kids are eating two or three bowls of that stuff, and I like it. Faye likes it. Everybody likes it. So that's pretty neat. I'm glad they like my cooking. And Faye's really doing great on the spaghetti. I haven't made spaghetti in a long time, and she's been making it. And I'll tell you what, she makes good spaghetti now. I don't like the Filipino spaghetti with all the sugar in it. Hey, JD. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this. In the Philippines, we had money to burn. We could go to the resort whenever we wanted. We could travel. We could do things, and we had plenty of money. Here, we're broke. I mean, I'm not kidding you. The damn rent here is $1,000, and we're just broke. It sucks. Food's expensive. Everything's. I'd say it's 2 times for sure. So we're trying to get the VA to get me up to a higher percentage. Maybe that'll help us out a little bit. I got a thing working on it, and I just hope it works out. But yeah, it's a lot more expensive here, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Yeah, you got to watch the thing. We get like the ground sirloin or the ground chuck whenever I buy it. And I get to where I don't look at the prices anymore. I grabbed a couple steaks for Maddie and I because we used to like to eat the steaks and stuff, and we split them. And when I got home, I looked at it, it was like $20 for 2 little steaks, and it's just what it costs now. Yeah, yeah. It's things are expensive here, but we buy good stuff. I like to get lots of fruits and vegetables. We get cherries and avocados and all that, and have that for breakfast. Eggs. We bought 60 eggs. I eat eggs every morning. I just love them. We got some nice bacon. I don't eat much because of the salt, but I'll eat a piece. It's always good to have a piece of that. And then I got bagels and stuff for the kids, bagels and cream cheese, and they love them damn things. Maddie likes ham, so he'll make a bagel, cream cheese, and ham sandwich, and that's pretty cool. He's a good boy. He gets up and makes it himself. And then I'm a sucker for them Encore Salisbury steaks. That's what I had for dinner tonight with mashed potatoes. Damn, do I like that? I could eat a whole thing by myself of those. And I always get 4 of them a month. That way we got that once a week. That's how I try to buy the food. I try to figure out, okay, we're going to have this once a week, that once a week, and we get a big chuck roast. And Faye makes the big roast with the sinigang, it's called. Man, that is really good. She puts ginger and all that in there. It's got a little bit of a sour taste to it, and that's really good. Or a regular pot roast we'll do the next time. We do every other time. And she really makes, she's really making some nice stuff. She's getting Americanized, I think. Yeah, the whole family's there, JD. Everybody's here now. And Faye, I was wondering for a while if she liked it too much, but yeah, she's adjusting. Hey, I was in the Philippines 11 years. I had to make a hell of an adjustment. So she's adjusting, and the kids love it here. They're doing really good in school. We saw the teacher in the grocery store, and they just can't believe what good kids they are, and their grades are really good, and they're disciplined. They don't go hog wild and crazy. I thought we were gonna have a little trouble with Mumu, but we don't have any trouble. And their English is fantastic because I only speak to them in English, and if they ask me what a word means, I tell them. We'll sit there and talk to them. We'll pull out a dictionary or whatever, and then they get it. And then Faye only speaks to them in Tagalog, so they can switch right in between a sentence back and forth. And the teachers were worried that they wouldn't, because a lot of their little Filipino kids that come, their English is horrible, because their parents don't teach them the English. And I made sure they have some English, so they're doing really good. They're doing fantastic at school. They like it. Dorothy's already all excited about going to school. We're getting them some clothes now, and we got to get them some school supplies this week. I'm hoping when we get the car, because she's going to start. She starts first, and then 5 days later, a week later, the boys start. And they're going to be going to school up here. She's still going to Berea School, which is really good. I'm happy about that because, I didn't want to put them in a bad school district. This is a little bit more expensive over here, but, these are the kids. I can't put them in a bad neighborhood. So, she's pretty happy about that. She loves her school. The boys do too, and the teachers really like them, so we're happy about that. So what's going on with you guys? Got any questions? Fire them away. I'll answer whatever I can. I lived in the Philippines for 11 years. I had a guy on here, hit me on Messenger, and he was telling me I didn't know what I was talking about, that his kid is American citizen automatically just because I signed the birth certificate. And I says, no, buddy, I'm telling you, that's not the way it goes. I said, if something happens to you, he's not an American citizen. He's not going to get your Social Security. He goes, you're full of bullshit. You don't know what you're talking about. I said, okay, whatever. And he got all shitty, and then I haven't talked to him. But you have to do the consular report of birth abroad, get them their passport, get them a Social Security card. Because if you don't, they're Filipinos. So, but this guy, he was kind of shitty. I still talked to him. I wasn't going to be a dick or anything, but he was kind of shitty. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Yeah, I'm telling you guys, just in the last 2 weeks, I'm feeling way better. I was going around with that Rollinator. I couldn't walk. I was getting exhausted and fatigued really quick. Well, that's gone, and the pain in my hands is, it's like half of what it was. It's still not good. I still got a lot of numbness in my hands, but it's half. It's half of what it was. I think I'm going to try to go out tomorrow and put the center stand on the bike, and get the kids to help me, and we'll see what we do, because I want to change the oil on it and get a bunch of stuff done. For a while there, I couldn't even hold a screwdriver, guys. That's how bad my hands were. Couldn't even clean my own butt. Hey, Peter, how you doing? Oh, that's good. Yeah, that angina. That's. Phew. I know. I had an uncle that had that real bad, and he'd really get hurt, and he'd have to take that nitro pill and put it under his tongue, and then he'd get to feeling better. But boy, he'd really grab his chest. Oh, he thought he was having a heart attack. He scared the hell out of him. Glad they got that under control, Peter. Hey, Hammer, how you doing, buddy? All right. Yeah, we're having a pretty good day. I had to go see the stem cell guy today, and they did. Oh my goodness, what they did to me! This was kind of funny. That hospital is like a kilometer long. It's a long, stretched out hospital. And instead of having me do all my appointments on this side, then the other side, what what happened was they'd have an appointment here, and I had to walk, and I didn't bring my walkinator. I had to go all the way to the other side, and then the next appointment was all the way back, and then all the way over, and I had like 6 appointments. And I'll tell you what, yeah.
Guess how many pennies is?
Oh, I don't want to guess. I don't want to guess, buddy.
I can tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
204.
All right, don't. Okay. But I was beat. I came home and I don't even remember laying down. My wife said, you crashed for about 6 hours straight. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm glad that they got the VA all fixed up. I like those doctors down there. I'm still doing chemo. I got to go back again Monday and get another one. They said they can't really find much. Less than 1% is what they're finding, but they want to keep me for another two more chemos just to make sure. And I'm not getting the effect of the chemo like some people get. Some people get real sick and all this stuff. I actually feel better. After I get the chemo, I feel a hell of a lot better. And they give you a shot in the stomach and all that. And the only bad thing they do is they give me these steroid pills, and then my feet swell up. I'll get a day where my feet swell up real bad. I mean, real bad, guys. They look like they're big balloons. Hi, handsome.
Hello.
That's my beautiful boy, huh?
Mhm.
Love you, Mr. Matty. Mm-hmm. There's my beautiful boy right there. That's my Matty boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the best kid right there, I'm telling you. He really is something. Every night he gives me a back rub. I don't even ask him. He just comes up, time for your back rub, Papa. But yeah, the VA's pretty good down there. They got good doctors, but they're not going to do the stem cell at the VA. They're going to do it at University Hospital. And that doctor over there worked for the VA first, and then he went over to university. And he seems pretty sharp. They like him over there. No, my wife don't want to sell it. She's good. She wants to keep it, so if she wants to go back, that way she's got a place to stay. She don't got to rely on anybody, and so it's not going to get sold. I kind of wished it would, so we could have built a house in Mindoro, but we got all that land down there, and we put the septic in, we put the water in already. It's got all these fruit trees, and Her uncle's putting in durian and coconut and all this stuff, so we'll have a little farm down there. And it'd be nice. I'd like to build the house I designed when I was in school, and then everybody could have a room and be really nice. Oh yeah, JD, you betcha. Yeah, but that fellow that got a hold of me, somebody gave him my messenger, and he was asking me what he's got to do because he just had a kid and all this stuff. And I said, well, you got to do the consular report of birth abroad. And he's like, oh, who says I got to do that? My kids are already. And he already had it made up his mind what he was going to, you know, he didn't want to ask me any questions. He made up his mind already. So, okay. If that's the way you want to play it, but I feel bad for his little kid because his kid's not going to get to Social Security. It doesn't happen. You have to do the consular report of birth abroad. And some guys, they make you take a DNA test. Now, my kids, when I went in for the interview, the lady looked at them, and they look like little Americans. So I didn't have to do DNA or anything because that's $800. And she just said, okay, you're all set. And we got their Social Security and all that. But it's best to do it in Manila because if you do it outside of Manila, you don't get the Social Security card. And then you have to go to Manila anyway to get the Social Security card for the kid. And you can't open up a bank account with them unless they got a Social Security card. So that's the way that goes. So, it's best just to, if you're in another island way south, just fly to Manila and get everything done. Do all your stuff. Hey, handsome. So, oh, look at that little
I'm
guy.
gonna get Bubbles.
Okay, you go get Bubbles. I bought him a little stuffed toy for his birthday, and I'll tell you, he drags that damn thing everywhere he goes. You want to get my thing out of my bag, Maddie? My sock monkey? You might have to unsnap it. I want to show you something my daughter made me so I wouldn't be lonely in the hospital. Thank you, buddy. She's a little sock monkey. My daughter made me this. And my wife said it looks like a Huggy Wuggy, but it's a sock monkey. It's made out of a sock. And look at there. And there's his little Bubbles. Here you go. Let me have my sock monkey. So Dorothy made me that, so when I go to the hospital, I wouldn't be lonely, because they're not going to be able to come visit. They said you can have anybody come visit you, but, Faye's not going to drive over there, even if we have a car by then. And so she made me the sock monkey. I think that was really cute. I think she did a great job on it. That thing on the side of its head is not a carbuncle. That's a hat. This guy's little tail there. So that's just sweet. She's just a little dolly. She made that. She just decided to make it all on her own. She just said, "I'm gonna make you a sock monkey, Papa. That way you won't be lonely." And she's knitting and crocheting now. She's making like bookmarks and stuff, and she's gonna sell them when she gets to school for like $1. I think that's kind of cute. She's a little entrepreneur. And she likes to sit. She'll sit in a room and crochet. Mumu plays with his Legos, and Maddie's got his Fortnite game. So that's kind of cool. So the kids are all doing very well. School very soon, huh, Maddie? Another couple weeks, and they're going to be back at school, and we're going to get back on a routine. Heck of a retirement. We'll have to walk them up to the end every morning. And get them on the bus, and I hope everything goes well with them at school. Because some kids can be kind of cruel, and I just hope they don't have any trouble. But these kids they're really good kids. They listen well. We don't have a problem with them. I mean, you ask them to do something, they jump right up and do it. So I'm not sweating anything with these guys. They're just wonderful gifts from above, and. Now that I'm older and got them, I think that's the best time to have little ones when you're older. Because they're just worth their weight in gold, all of them. Hey, could you get my bag of chew in the room, Maddie?
Which one?
It's laying right where I was sitting by the wheelchair. They gave me a wheelchair, and boy, that is the most comfortable thing to sit in. I guess if you're in a wheelchair and you got to sit all day, they better make it comfortable. But man, I'll tell you what, that's my chair in the living room.
You already have a pre-chewed one.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted. Okay, thank you, buddy.
And I'll put your chew right down.
All right, thank you.
So you have more room.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you guys think of our? What do you think of our Kamala? What do you think? What do you think of that one? I wonder. I wonder if they're going to do what they did last time. You know, because I just can't understand how you can see a guy that's filling stadiums and they got people overflow out doing tailgate parties, and then you got another guy where nobody's there, and he gets 81 million votes. And a lot of the votes that came in, they weren't even folded like they went through the mail. Yeah, come on. You know, are they going to do that again? You never know. I don't know what they're going to pull on us again. But I listened to some of her speeches and stuff, and I don't know about that one. I think there's some damage there or something. Well. Yeah, any questions, guys? I don't have too much else other than I'm feeling a lot better. I'm telling you. Even my wife said my color is better, and you know, I'm acting better. I'm not as cranky as I was. I was pretty cranky there for a while. My eye just hurt every day, and you know, short-tempered and stuff. And that's not cool. That's not good to be that way to other people. They don't deserve it. So I do the best I can to not be that way, but it's tough. It's tough when you're hurting like crazy every day. The stupid back was hurting so bad. Yeah, we'll get out and shoot the BB gun. We got the target smaller now. I started out with the kids on a gallon milk jug, then I moved it down to a quart milk jug, and then I moved it down to a pint, and now we have it down to this little water bottle they gave me at the hospital. It's only about as big as a tennis ball. And Mumu came out the other day and popped it twice, first time. First 2 shots, boom, boom. So that was pretty cool. Because he was not doing as good as the other 2. Maddie's a crack shot, my goodness. Oh yeah, JD, you don't want to do it at a satellite one because they won't do the Social Security. And you got to get it done. And then you have to go to Manila anyway. So just go there, get it done in Manila. You know, take a flight there, whatever you got to do, and get it taken care of. You know, we did all that stuff. I got it for all 3 kids. They got blue passports and Social Security cards and all that, so we had no trouble getting them here. And, you know, Faye, we got her I-485 in, and we're just waiting to hear from that. She doesn't have to go. She doesn't have to leave here because August 4th would have been her last day. But they said once you got that in, you're okay. You can stay until there's a determination made. And I don't see any reason they wouldn't let her stay, you know, because she's got a husband that's American and 3 kids. And she's a good person. She doesn't cause no trouble. So hopefully we'll get some information back on that. But they told us it would be 90 days, and now I'm hearing it's going to be 7 months. But as long as she could stay here, we're okay with that. And she's kind of getting used to the place. It's not as bad as it was. She was all whiny for a while there, but nah, it's okay now. She's doing a lot better. Where'd you go, Ronald? He's gonna help us find a place down there. I've been looking down in his area in Alabama, and I can't believe how many houses. I went on Zillow, and I said I want to look at houses 60,000 and under because I can afford that. I can't get an expensive one, and you would not believe how many nice houses for under 60. I've seen some beautiful ones for 40 down there in Alabama, you know, with like 10 acres of ground or 4 acres of ground or something like that. And I'd like the kids to get out in the country and teach them how to hunt and fish and all that kind of stuff. Maddie's looking forward to it. Maddie is a unbelievably good shot. Dorothy's getting a lot better. Moon was getting better. And we're going to go out again tomorrow morning, shoot the BB gun, and just have some fun. You know, we sit out there. The cop actually pulled up the other day and was watching us. He goes, "Hey, them kids are pretty good." And I said, "Yeah, they're doing real good. We just have the bottle hanging in it off of a tree limb, hanging in the air. And if you miss, you can see it hit the leaves behind it. So, you know, they can know if you're missing to the left or the right. And you can see the BB going. You know, the person who's shooting it can see it going, and they know which way they missed. But we had the front sight was knocked off, and all of us were missing for a while there. And then I looked at it. Here, that front sight, it'll turn. So what I did was I turned it to where it was real straight, and then I hammered it back because the barrel tapers. And I hammered it back, so it's locked in there pretty good. Now these kids are doing great. Even Mumu, you know, he would shoot 10, 15 shots and never hit a damn thing. Now he's hitting, so he's all excited and happy about it. And you know, I want to get him out, and we can get out of here, take the 22 also, and let him shoot that. I got their earmuffs for him, and so that's a lot of fun. I like sitting out there with him and shooting a BB gun. I don't miss. I'm Eddie. No, I never miss. That's kind of funny. I did when the sight was off, but once the sight's back on, I don't miss anything. I mean, I could pick a little spot on the target and hit it, like top right or bottom left or whatever. I'm pretty good at it. I used to love the squirrel hunt. I just loved that. You know, having squirrel gravy and biscuits in the morning. I just loved that. I miss it. You know, when I was in the Philippines, there was not much hunting to do. And did go monkey hunting one time. My buddy came here and they hunted bats. They got these huge bats in the Philippines. I mean, they got a wingspan of about 7 feet. They're monstrously big. And he went with his wife's family, and they went on a bat hunt. And I guess they got some of them. And then people down there in that province, they eat them. But I don't think I'm going to eat a bat. I mean, you know, I'm not Ozzy Osbourne. But they are pretty though. They are beautiful looking. They look like a dachshund. They look like a flying dachshund. But the damn things are huge. But did a monkey hunt. The monkeys look like a koala bear. They got these big, you know, monstrous eyes on them. And when I went, I took a blowgun. You know, they were using a marble gun. They make these PVC guns, and what they do is they squirt some gasoline into the thing, and they got a little piezo igniter from a barbecue grill, and they knock them in the head with a marble. And they're pretty accurate. I'm surprised. I got to shoot them, but I took my blowgun, and they were like, "Whoa, that's pretty cool." And you hit one of them little monkeys with the blowgun. I got two of them. I got two monkeys, and that's what they do down there. You know, those people they hunt the monkeys and they eat them. And it was actually pretty good, to be honest with you. I thought it was real good. That lady put like Jufan sauce on it and barbecued it, cooked it real good. Filipinos are hell on cooking the heck out of everything. Well, this thing just was real good. There's not a lot of fat on them though. Those little monkeys. There's not a lot of fat, but tasty as can be. You know, if I went back, I'd eat it again. You know. Now I did try dog one time. I don't think I'll eat that again. I feel bad for the dogs in the Philippines. You know, it's just a shame. I wish we could have brought our little Shaky with us, but they wanted so much money for us to bring her. It was just a real hassle getting her on the airplane and all that. So we left her with old Tatai, and that's a shame because that boy, you talk about a great little dog. I just loved her little fox terrier. But I'd love to get a dog, but we're not going to get one here. You know, we got carpet. I don't want any little dog. You know, when we get up to Alabama, then I'll get a dog, get another pit bull, and maybe a Doberman, something to help keep an eye on the kids, because there's snakes and stuff down there, and these dogs aren't going to let the kids go in harm's way, and Dobermans especially, dang Doberman, they watch out for their charges, they don't let anybody get them. So I seen a Doberman on the YouTube. The little girl was walking up to the snake, and that Doberman ran over, grabbed that snake, and flipped it in the air and threw it about 20 feet. Them things are pretty quick. And then I saw another video where the guy was going to try to grab the girl, and that dog just laid into him. He pulled up in the van and was jumping out to get her, and that dog got in there and just chowed the heck out of him. So, having that's a good thing, because we're going to be in a strange new land down there in Alabama. I worked down there years and years ago, Tennessee and South Carolina and stuff, and I do like it there. I like the idea of not having a cold winter. But what was really funny was when I was in Tennessee, I was in a town of Lawrenceburg, and they had their first snow in 25 years. And I'm driving real easy. And I went, they had it was like a Sheetz. I don't think it was a Sheetz, but it was a gas station, and they had breakfast burritos, and you can get a coffee, and it was pretty cheap. So I would go there every morning and have my breakfast, because they had sitting around the window, they had little stools, and you could sit there and have your breakfast. And real nice people in the store. And I'm sitting out there, and these people are flying up and down the road, 17-car pile up, because they didn't realize, you hit the brakes, you're not stopping, because these people had never driven in the snow. And it was just stop signs, four-way stop signs, and I was right on the corner, and I'm sitting there just watching these things smash into each other. No major damage, nobody really got hurt or anything like that, but boy, fender bender Maximus. And I was thinking, man, slow down. I didn't have any problem, because I was used to driving in Pennsylvania. When there's ice on the road, you take it real easy. But that was kind of funny. It was just crazy the way they were smashing at each other. They'd get up to the light and then slam on their brakes, and they had no steering. And instead of letting off the brakes and trying to feather them or do anything, nope, they just kept their foot pushed harder and smashed into the next guy. But it was, they said on the news that night that 17 cars hit into each other. So that was pretty crazy. Well, guys, like I say, I don't have a whole lot more to say. If you got any questions, fire them up, or I'll be scooting here pretty soon. Yeah, we got 6 people there. That's cool. That's pretty neat. I don't get too many. I had one guy was bashing the hell out of me here. Somebody sent me a link to his channel, and I'm like, I don't get these guys that. And then I turned on his channel, and I couldn't find the one where he was bashing me, but he was bashing somebody else. This guy, all he does is he picks somebody to bash and say that they're no good and they're these rotten people and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, come on. If you don't have anything nice to say about somebody, don't say anything. Just keep your trap shut. But this guy, that's his shtick. There's a couple of them that did that. I don't know. I don't understand some people. I don't know why they got to be crappy to your others. We're only here on this earth for a short time. You should get along with everybody. But they don't. I've been getting, my drives to the hospital through Lyft, and I've been meeting, it's nice, some nice damn people, just super nice people. I only had one bad driver, and the whole time I was going there, and this guy's car was a piece of crap. We were thinking about getting a Toyota, like a Camry, because they're supposedly a good car. and this girl picked me up, and she had a 2-year-old Toyota Camry, and man, this thing rode like a truck, and it was loud inside. I couldn't even talk to her because it was so loud in the cab. And they didn't do any road isolation at all in this dang thing. So that turned off. I deleted all the cameras and stuff that I saw on Facebook Marketplace. I said, man, I don't want one of those pieces of crap. But I had another guy that was, his front brakes were shot. His car was an old beater. I was thinking, man, should I get in this thing? And I got in it, and he was an absolute terrible driver. Worst, he was taking chances, cutting off. I told him about 5 or 6 times, hey, slow down. And when we got to the end of the ride, he says, I'd appreciate it if you give me a good review. You ain't getting no good review from me, buddy. You can forget it. This guy scared the crap out of me, cutting in and out of the lanes, and he wasn't getting anywhere. He got me there just as fast as anyone else, and his car was shit. It was in bad shape. It was a real beater. I don't know how that these lift places would allow that. You think they would inspect the car, But what are you gonna do? Well, I guess I'm gonna let you guys go. I don't have too much else. You all take care. It was nice chit-chatting with you, and I'll talk to you again later, okay?